out, you've got yourself something funky.
Give me the complete body.